Namaste, Masters. The topic of today's wisdom sharing session is the direct path. Osho used to tell a story. It is about a speaking well. A man was very thirsty and he came across a well that could speak. The well asked him, "What do you want?" And the man said, "I want water." The well then questioned the man and said, "There are many kinds of water: hot, cold, sweet, sour." The man said, "I just want cold water." The well then said, "There are many types of cold water: with ice, without ice, with sugar, without sugar." The man said, "I want water without ice and without sugar." The well said, "It has many kinds of cold water: without ice and without sugar, with lemon, without lemon, with salt, without salt." The man became impatient and said he just wanted plain water. The well said, "It has got many types of plain water: with bubbles, without bubbles, with minerals, without minerals." The man became angry and said he just wanted simple cold water. The well said, "It has got many kinds of simple cold water: with oxygen, without oxygen, with hydrogen, without hydrogen." The man then became furious and said he just wanted water. The well said it had many kinds of water: H2O, D2O, T2O. The man became desperate and said he just wanted to drink. The well said it has got many types of drinks: water, juice, milk, wine, etc. The man became hopeless and he said he just wanted to quench his thirst. The well said there are many kinds of thirst: physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. The man became silent and realized that he was actually not thirsty at all. He thanked the well and left. Osho said that the story shows how the mind creates problems and confusions by dividing reality into many categories and labels. He said the direct path is to drop the mind and its distinctions and to simply be aware of what is. He said that the direct path is to realize that one is not thirsty for anything, but is already fulfilled and content. So, Masters, the direct path in spirituality is a way of realizing one's true nature as pure awareness, without relying on any external authority, tradition, or practice. It is based on the direct and immediate experience of one's own being, rather than on beliefs, concepts, and rituals. The direct path is also known as the pathless path because it does not involve any gradual progression or stages of enlightenment. It is simply a recognition of what is already present and always available. Some of the teachers who have advocated the direct path are Shankaracharya, Raman Maharshi, Nisargadatta Maharaj, John Klein, Perspira, Adya Shanti, and Patriji. They all share a common message that the essence of what we are, of who we are, is not a separate self or an entity, but it is the infinite and eternal awareness that pervades all experience. This awareness is not an object of perception, but the subject of all perception. It is not something that can be found or attained, but something that can only be revealed by turning our attention towards it. The direct path is not a new or a unique teaching, but the rediscovery of the ancient wisdom that is at the heart of all spiritual traditions. It is compatible with any religion or philosophy as long as it does not contradict the direct experience of one's own being. The direct path will point you straight to the unconditioned. It says, look, it's there. It is what you are. It's instantly and immediately available. The direct path in spirituality is a form of spiritual practice that aims to break the mind's rigid fixation on its false identity. It points out that the unconditioned consciousness immediately and says, you are not the thing that is actually seeking. It is your mind that is on a search to get out of itself. The good news is that you are not your mind's seeking. You're not even the seeker. To realize this, you need to leave your mind alone for a split second and just return to the fact that you are not the image in your mind, not that seeker going somewhere trying to break free all that may be happening, not trying to resolve it, not trying to make it better, not trying to stop from happening. Just let it be there and let your consciousness relax a bit. It is possible that we will realize that we are not a seeker, we are not the mind, we are not the person we imagine ourselves to be. When you are is fully present, fully now, absolute and complete. But that makes this difficult since what you are is already what you really are, and there is no approaching, there is no becoming, there is no getting ready for what you have already always been. So, strictly speaking, there is no path to it. If there is any path at all, it involves examining every idea that we've ever had about ourselves, untying the knots in our mind. It's about seeing that we are not anything that we can think about ourselves because there's always something prior to everything one can think about oneself. Our true self is not something that ever needs to be defined in the mind like I am this or I am that. I am good or I am bad. I am a man or I am a woman. It's about letting go of all definitions and just residing in the unconditioned state. It is not a path that's going anywhere. It's the path where you just stand there and let everything fall away from you. It's not a path that's going anywhere. On the other hand, the progressive spiritual path requires working through your rational mind, cleaning up the mess of your unconscious and purifying it. And since it's so screwed up, it's going to take you lifetimes to do it at all. The tendency of the mind is that you tend to just fuel your sense of deficiency. And it can be a viable way to go if you've got 10 lifetimes or hundreds of lifetimes. The direct path in spirituality is about realizing that we can wake up right now. Anybody can wake up, regardless of our spiritual background. A very pure person can wake up, and so can a very impure person can wake up. The length of one's spiritual resume is of no strategic advantage in the direct path. In fact, someone who comes in on night one is at no disadvantage, maybe even at a distinct advantage over the person who has 30 years under their belt. In this sense, the direct path is a very egalitarian and democratic path. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this wisdom. If anyone has got anything to share, please feel free to unmute yourself and share any experiences or wisdom that you may have. Thank you. Yes, Nilimaji.
Hi, Dineshji. I have thoroughly enjoyed your session today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Osho's wisdom is always a way to go, and he gives the understanding in different, unique dimension. And when you are explaining about water, how many kinds of water, I can't imagine my happiness when you're describing, how much the mind gives us, like takes us in different dimensions and makes us confuse all the time to make a right decision, let's say.
Correct.
And I just wanted to ask from which book you're reading this, if
So
you can share.
it isn't a book. I've just sort of picked it up from various spiritual experiences of Osho and Adya Shanti and Rupert Spira.
Okay. Okay.
So
Thanks a lot,
three
Dinesh.
awakened people that I picked this up from.
It's really wonderful wisdom, and the moment right you're sharing from about Osho, about his teachings, there's quite a lot that we have to learn. In the end, there is only one thing. It's everything is just existing there, and we just only need to change our perspective. We just need to change our consciousness. So how much we have been trained since ages, like from the beginning that we are born, we are being conditioned to think this way, like logically, or how we have to behave. But there is no such thing that the moment we step into the unknown, everything unfolds. Everything just comes in its own way. So beautiful, Dineshji. And I have thoroughly enjoyed your session. Thanks a lot. And by the way, I just wanted to ask one more question. You have also mentioned about the progressive spiritual path. Could you explain a bit about this?
So so the progressive path is all the other paths, the bhakti cult, the bhakti marg and all the other spiritual practices that people do. So what it literally means is you are trying to purify your mind through devotion and other rituals. And the general conditioning that happens in a progressive path is that you are a sinner. You got all these impurities. Your subconscious mind is completely messed up. It will take, you got all these karmas that you need to burn, and it will take you lifetimes to realize yourself. So that is the progressive path. And the direct path says you are. You don't even have to become. There is no progression. You are. Just accept that, have that belief, and in Patriji's, sort of style, just do anapanasati meditation. Become a no thought mind, and because it is there, it doesn't have to, nothing has to be done. That's why you just drop into that state. And that is why Adya Shanti and the other awakened soul says sometimes it is easier for someone who has not treaded on the spiritual path to become awakened than someone who has, for example, like I was on the progressive path as a sadhu, and it took me many, many years to break the conditioning that I had for 30 years of my life, where I was told that God is in an abode somewhere there, you have to please God, and all that conditioning, it literally took years to break free from that conditioning. So that's the difference. And it's, we're very lucky that we have actually come across this, realized this, and with Patriji's blessings, everything will happen.
I'm exactly about to say that we are so lucky to have you here now. But you have also answered my another question before I raise it. I was about to ask, like, okay, how many years it took for you to break that condition, those
It
patterns as
it took
well.
time. Because being someone who takes on a task and then sticks to it, and then so you since childhood it was fixated in my mind, conditioned that this is the right thing and this is what I need to do. And every day you say God is there and God is like this and God is like that, and this is what you need to do to attain God. And that happened for years, so that's why it took some time. It took some time.
Thank you so much, Dinesh ji, for sharing to all of us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. India ji.
Thank you, Dinesh ji. Like Nirima ji, I'm also smiling. It seems like, you know, you said a lot at the same time, nothing. Actually, we have to thank you. Every time you've been saying the same thing. This truth is so simple. It's just, direct path, and you are it. But like you said, I think it's the mind, or when you say mind, I see it as this world, how we have made it, all the choices. It's the same thing. Like I was thinking when you were reading that story, like you go to store, so much of choice, we get lost. If there's no choice, you just go get and come back, right? We created all that, and we are suffering that now. And it's the same with our, we are not the seeker, we are it. And to realize that is what awakening is. And it's so simple, but yeah, because of all what we did, we have to undo. And like I said, you've been saying the same thing to us in different ways, maybe, but you must be thinking, yeah, the day we realize, we will know that. Um, Even happiness and other things, those are the true natures, right? And every time we think, if I do this, I get happiness. If I work, I was also looking for some kind of work that will give me joy. And then I said, no, it's the other way around. I am joy, and then I do the work, through the joy. So yes, it's a realization that we have to have, and we it is what you said. We are. That's all. Nothing more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Dinesh ji, I think Veronica have unmuted.
Hello,
Hello.
thank you very much
Thank you.
for your kind words. And I also had the experience when I want to be a good human, I make a plan. I should visit a sick person or make good works and things. But when I have the courage to live in the moment, to look for what will be in the moment, and I begin the day, and without a plan, and wait what will come in the moment, what will the higher spirit in the moment of me, and then the day becomes an adventure, and miracles happen. I meet persons with interesting speaking together, or animals, and it's wonderful to see what is my plan in the moment, to wear it, and this is fulfill for my soul. And thank you for your words. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you for sharing this, because the baggage of the past is not with you, the anxiety of the future is not with you, and whatever the present brings, it will bring happiness. Very good. Thank you. Nilimaji, do you want to close the session?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dinesh ji. I think the sharings are completed. But before that, could you repeat the orders once again? You said like you're getting your share. grabbing the information from several sources apart from Osho?
So it's Adya Shanti, Adya Shanti, and Rupert Spira. They are also, awakened masters, and there are a lot of YouTube videos for both Rupert Spira and Adya Shanti.
Thanks a lot. Thank you,
Thank you.
Dinesh. Thank you for introducing about the great work of other masters as well. Thanks a lot. Yes, we can conclude the session now. Yeah. So thanks a lot, masters, for joining. And thank you so much for coming up and sharing the beautiful wisdom of Osho, Dinesh, once again. So masters, let us all connect for tomorrow's morning session by Master Ranjini ji. Thank you all. Namaste. Bye-bye.